Testing 1, 2. Nope, 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 nope. Not good enough. There we go. What is going on here? 1, 2, 2.
You know, Jason, that a witch's vehicle actually goes broom, broom as it goes down the road, right?
Good. All right. Oh, man. That's good. All right, let's make sure that we don't have that on there. And then we're good to go here. All right. Good, good, good. Testing good. All levels high. And we should be good to go. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to beautiful Robinson Park here in Wisconsin Rapids as we get you ready for some non-conference softball action here this afternoon between the Assumption Royals and the Pacelli Cardinals. Steve Maves alongside Paul Jaglinski on this beautiful, absolutely picture-perfect Friday afternoon here in central Wisconsin. And it is going to be a good clash here this afternoon. Pacelli coming in undefeated at 11-0. Undefeated, obviously, in conference. They've been tested twice this year score-wise. They beat Laconia 7-4. They beat Edgar 6-4. Other than that, they've just been cruising right through their schedule so far this year. This is going to be a really good test for two very top-tier Division V teams.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the approach in the non-conference game, Steve. So obviously you've got two top 5 ranked teams in the state. Assumption coming in at 1, Pacelli coming in at 5, currently sitting in the most recent poll. And it'll be interesting to see the approach. So one of the things that we wonder is after throwing really 14 solid innings against Edgar earlier this week, will we see Ava Schill, or will Coach Nelson and Coach Shield go ahead and look at this as an opportunity to use Macy Vullard, who's going to start the game, and then Ari Kavanaugh and save Macy. Same deal for Pacelli. Yep. Do they throw the ace? Do they take a look at it? And how much do you show in case you have to see each other down the road, in a possible state title ball game, which is what we have the opportunity to watch today?
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like they're going to start Peyton Mansell, who is their number 1, Hannah Trzynski, their number 2 in the circle this year. Again, a team that has been cruising through this schedule. Ava Schill was not warming up at all during warm-ups. It was Macy Vollert and Ari Kavanaugh. Again, you have a non-conference game. You could really put your foot on the gas pedal and don't want to say wrap up the conference next week, but you got Marathon twice. You got Newman the week after that. And usually it's Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday. It's Monday, Thursday next week, so you don't want to have Ava overthrow with a game that's going to be in 2 or 3 days.
Well, as we talked about last night, before you know it, playoffs will be right around the corner. Obviously, Assumption hosts the Royal Rumble, so their schedule is very backloaded. They've got the Poinette, I think we said it was the Jamboree that was coming up. So a lot of ball games coming down the road for them there. One of the things is the starting lineups are being announced. You can tell that Pacelli is a younger, underclassmen team. They're not physically imposing, if you will. It kind of reminds me a lot of what our Assumption basketball team was this year with freshmen and sophomores playing. Yep. Compared to that, when you see the Assumption starting lineup, that's a group that has a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors. There's just a physical development level that I think will be different. So the style of ball, the way they hit, a lot of the different things I think will be fascinating in tonight's matchup.
Yeah, absolutely right. And we have hopefully we got Pacelli tomorrow. High percentage chance of rain tomorrow. Pacelli's supposed to be at Amherst for a triangular with Neilsville. We'll bring that game, all 3 of those games to you if they happen. But right now, not looking too promising with 70-75% chance of rain tomorrow. But we're going to have a doozy here this afternoon here at beautiful Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids.
I can't vouch for the weather tomorrow, but it is picture-perfect day for softball today between 2 great teams. Glad that we could go ahead and bring this to you on Zaleski Sports. Steve, as we get ready to go, are there any other games tonight on Zaleski Sports for the viewers to be checking out?
Yeah, so we got a doubleheader in. We got a doubleheader in Eau Claire tonight. Marshfield and. We got Marshfield and Eau Claire North baseball. We got Assumption and Amherst soccer at 5 o'clock. We got Lakeland at DC Everett softball. Got Pacelli and Wittenberg Burnhamwood baseball. I know there were 5 of them. I don't know if I just missed one or not.
Is Assumption Pittsfield baseball on the network tonight? Okay, it's not. Okay, just wondering across where. So it looks like we've got time for the national anthem here and the evocation here at Robinson Park. So let's go ahead and let's listen to that.
Lord, please protect both of these teams, Assumption and Pacelli, as they play play their hearts out tonight. At the end of the game, all the glory will be given to you. We thank you, and we pray all of these things in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. And now, if everyone would rise, please. Remove your hats, put your hand over your hearts. Bear with me a minute, I'll get the national anthem playing here. And enjoy the game.
Welcome back to beautiful Robinson Park here in Wisconsin Rapids as we get you ready for this big non-conference matchup. Macy Vollert will be in the circle for the Assumption Royals here to start it. The defensive alignment is as follows. Maddie Abbott getting the start in left field. Lydia Smits in center. And Sadie Galbraith in right field. The infield the same. Colo, Nelson, Schill, and Schooley and Kristen Casey behind the plate catching for Macy Vollert. We'll see it when the Royals come up to bat, and joked with her a little bit about it. Sadie Galbraith wearing a different jersey tonight. Blames her mom for not getting the laundry done, but Sydney Gavin to lead things off, the left fielder for the Pacelli Cardinals here this afternoon. Macy Vollert struggled her last time out. That was the game against Auburndale last week.
She starts off with a left-hand hitter in the box. We'll see if she's a slapper, if perhaps she looks to go ahead and bunt and test Malia on that left-hand side with her speed right away, Steve.
First pitch at 4:46 this afternoon, 67 degrees here in Wisconsin Rapids. Vollert's behind 1-0, and it's 2-0. Again, Macy gave up those 5 runs against Auburndale last Friday. Ari came in, I think maybe struck out 7 in her outing, and then Ava Schill came in and gave up a walk-off 3-run home run to Sam Stanton, who just threw a no-hitter earlier this week against Newman Catholic. So it's a good conference, as mentioned in every sport in the Merriwood. The 2-1 popped up and out of play.
Steve, looking at that bracket a little bit earlier today, it'll be really interesting to see. So Pacelli in with Newman Catholic, and then a lot of those Northeast schools, along with Almond in terms of where it goes. Yep. So those three, I think, are a definitive favorite to go ahead and come out of that sectional based upon the depth and the talent that's there.
The 2-2 coming back. And low and in the dirt, and it's 3-2. We talked about the possibility of rain tomorrow. There's a slight chance tonight in central Wisconsin, and then give you some totals for northern Wisconsin that just popped up from our weather app here in a second. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Are they still talking 8 inches of snow up in the butternut area?
They sure are. Going to be grounded over to Claire Nelson. Tough play across, and in time to get her at first. Good play by Claire, and there's one away.
Steve, one of the things that I think is underrated about Claire Nelson, having a chance to watch her play shortstop, and we've talked in previous broadcasts that's not her natural position, is she's able to play so deep because she's got just an absolute cannon for an arm. She makes a lot of the throws that you don't see a lot of shortstops able to make look very routine. And in that regard, she got a speedy runner on a rather slow hit ground ball rather comfortably with that rocket. So a really nice play for the Royals and got the important first out.
Katie Ilka at the plate. Katie, one of the outstanding athletes at Pacelli Catholic. Now it's going to be popped up, foul territory, and Schooley is going to make the catch. Drift over. And quickly, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Nice play over there by Anna.
Again, found the fence, went ahead and concentrated on the ball. Did a great job of securing it as she kept one eye on the fence. Great play, as you made mention, by Anna Schooley. And 2 down now here in the bottom of the first inning, or top of the first inning.
Land O'Lakes in northern Wisconsin. That's going to be hit over to Nelson. 3 up and 3 down here in the first. Nicely done by the Royals. We'll talk about some snowfall totals in northern Wisconsin when we get back after this. You're watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Don't let pain or mobility issues keep you from enjoying life. Let our physical therapy doctors and our staff at Roberts Physical Therapy help you recover your ability to move easily and live free of aches and pains, providing effective individual treatment plans. Whether you're experiencing problems with balance and mobility, you're experiencing pain in your low back, or you're dealing with any other physical challenges, we'll take care of you. For more information on how we can service your needs, contact us today.
Kristen Casey to lead things off against Peyton Mansell here in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Casey, Schill, and Schooley without Ari Kavanaugh in the starting lineup. Maybe having Ari as a backup in the circle, not having her out in the outfield to start the game here this afternoon.
Yeah, I would assume, Steve, that's kind of the case. Keep her fresh, keep her ready to pitch in case you need her early.
First offering from Peyton Mansell is good for a strike to Kristen Casey. Kristen, your typical leadoff hitter, slap lefty, very fast. The 0-1 count from Mansell. The number 1 ace for the Pacelli Cardinals, going to be hit foul and out of play. Pacelli again in a triangular tomorrow. I'm not a meteorologist. I go off of what other meteorologists say. Not likely for a triangular tomorrow.
It's a shame because the triangular is a little three-way action. So, it'd be if they do play, it'll be on Zaleski. So Pacelli, Amherst, and who'd you say Pacelli, Neilsville, and who'd you say the third team was, Steve?
Yeah, Pacelli, Amherst, and Neilsville.
Okay.
Amherst hosting. First game scheduled for 10 a.m. Amherst and Pacelli, the longtime rivals that I was a part of for many, many years back in the day at good old Amherst High School.
So Pacelli really plays their third baseman in against Kristen Casey, really primarily due to her speed in the slap.
The 0-2 going to be hit right back up the middle, and a leadoff base hit for Kristen Casey.
And I was just about to say, the issue with that, Steve, is that they've left a big gap in the middle of the field, in terms of where it goes, where the shortstop and the second baseman were really playing straight up. Kristen with a really nice really nice job hitting with 2 outs, just going ahead and taking that ball right back up the middle. Gives Assumption the leadoff hitter. And we'll see if Coach Nelson and Coach Schill put her on the move as they normally do. I think she had 6 stolen bases in the last time I did doubleheader with her against Stratford.
First offering to Ava is high for a ball. Yeah, that's one thing that the last couple of games that we've seen Kristen hit. She's gone opposite field to left field to third base, and to be able to hit one right back up the middle, that's a big confidence booster for Kristen Casey. And there's the throw down to second and a stolen base for Kristen Casey, and she almost leaned off of second base.
I think Kristen had such a great jump on that pitch. It was one of those deals where she was trying to decide, do I have to slide or do I not? And I think she decided to go ahead and jump a little late. Got caught in between. But now a runner on second base with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Again, 2 top 5 Division 5 teams battling. 2-0 here on Ava Schill.
That was foul straight back. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Assumption got Pacelli last year in a triangular with Laconia. They had Laconia and Pacelli here on a Saturday. They were supposed to play that triangular again in Plover a couple of weeks ago. Assumption decided to back out of that, and then Pacelli was able to sweep Laconia and have a beautiful afternoon instead of rain and snow in Plover. Picture-perfect sunshiny day here. 3-1 to Ava Schill.
One of the things that you find with Ava is, a lot of times we talk about how impressive she is on the mound, but she's equally impressive at the plate. You very rarely see her go after a ball outside of the zone.
3-1, Mansell wheels and deals. Chopped foul and out of play, and it runs 3 balls and 2 strikes. Anna Schooley waits on deck, then Claire Nelson for the Assumption Royals here in the bottom of the first inning.
Be interesting to see, Steve. So, go back to your playing days. Did it matter to you whether you're batting second, third, fourth? Obviously the lineup's a little different with Maddie Abbott in versus Ari Kavanaugh in. Do you think that matters?
I don't really think so with this group. And that was going to be hit over to short, across, and low throw. And they got Ava Schill by a couple of steps. Good play over there at short, and there's one away. Not the problem, I guess, but the issue with that is that I never batted, so.
Well, that would make a difference. So it didn't matter to you. I heard you were an outstanding left outfielder, so
yeah.
it was all good.
That was the best place to play in high school, was left out.
It was. It also equaled right on the bench, so it was good.
I always tell people that I loved high school sports. I loved playing basketball. We were very successful. Baseball was my favorite sport to play. One, I didn't have to play, so I didn't really care if I messed up or not. And 2, you sit on the bench, eat sunflower seeds, and just yell at people. That's going to be lifted to left. That's going to be over the head. 1 hop the wall, 2 hop the wall. Kristen Casey is going to score, and Anna Schooley with an RBI double.
Anna Schooley with a shot. No, I would venture to guess, Steve, it will be interesting to see. Their left fielder got caught playing very shallow against Anna, who has the opportunity to hit it off the house at any time she takes a swing. That ball was certainly well struck, but I think a different form of outfield depth that could potentially even be a routine play. But again, a huge double scoring Kristen Casey for Anna Schooley, and the Royals take the early 1-0 lead.
Claire Nelson looks at a ball high.
Claire's been swinging a hot stick after what I think has been a little bit, she would say, a slow start to the season for her. The last couple ball games, she's had a couple very big hits, especially on Tuesday night with really the go-ahead hit versus Edgar.
Yeah, and going up again, we mentioned it so much last night, how good Michaela Workus is. And to be able to get a couple of confidence-boosting at-bats the last 2 games for Claire Nelson against a caliber pitcher like Michaela Workus is big.
Well, and you take a look at it, Steve. So last night Pacelli played Port Edwards.
Yep.
They don't have the same caliber of pitcher as what Michaela Workus is. Just taking a look at it. So I wonder how big of an advantage it is to go from Michaela Workus to seeing Pacelli's ace, where just from a timing, you've seen somebody that throws hard, you see somebody that locates pitches. Is that an advantage for the Assumption hitters, or is each night different? I guess that's kind of one of the interesting questions. Maybe we can ask Coach Schill and Coach Nelson if the Royals end up being victorious tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. That's a very good point. And Pacelli throwing their ace here this afternoon, Peyton Mansell. Peyton Mansell and Hannah Trzynski kind of 1A and 1B for Pacelli. Now it's going to be lifted to short. They get the out, and back in time was Anna Schooley, almost doubled her off, and there's 2 away. Hannah Trzynski, as a freshman, led the Pacelli Cardinals to a state tournament berth. That was the summer of 2020, or the spring of 21, or whenever that was. They lost. That was when the state tournament was at UWGB. And they had lost to the Hurley North Stars that day. But Hannah Trzynski, again, as capable as any to pitch very well. And Vollert's behind 0-2.
Well, it'll make Hannah happy to know that the Hurley North Stars are going to get a foot of snow on tomorrow. So it's one of those deals where she can bask in the glory of the sunshine or at least the raindrops. So
the 0-2 to Macy Vollert. Going to be hit. Look out up there. Macy Vollert with the biggest hit of the game last night for the Assumption Royals. A 2-out, 2 RBI double to right center field to break that 5th inning open. It was 0-0, a couple of walks, an error, a 2-run error at short, and then Macy Vollert came and ripped it to right center to put Assumption up 6-0.
Yeah, she put a great swing on that one. When she hit it, you and I both thought that it definitely had a chance. But she hit it right to dead right center field as she went ahead and was retired looking. So 1 run on, we're going to call it 1 hit?
2 hits.
1 run on 2 hits here. And so at the end of 1 inning, the Royals lead the Pacelli Cardinals 1-0. You're watching High School Sports here on Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Kaylin Enter to lead things off for the Pacelli Cardinals here in the top of the 2nd inning. Macy Vollert in the circle for inning number 2. Now it's going to be lifted to shallow right field and a leadoff base hit for Kaylin Yenter.
Kaylin did a nice job of keeping her hands in and just taking that inside fastball to right field. I guess you would call that a Texas leaguer or a blooper. But again, gets Pacelli on Pacelli's first base runner of the game and brings up the number 5 hitter.
Yep. Caden Nelson. Yeah, we have a little bit of a connection with Miss Nelson. Her dad has been filling in for some Pacelli softball broadcasts. The head coach of the Pacelli Cardinal football team, Drew Nelson, helping us out and been doing a great job filling in the last couple weeks, and he's going to be with us at least until Caden graduates. So
if you follow Zaleski Sports on Twitter or Facebook, you saw the cool opportunity where Coach Nelson had a chance to put Caden in the house. I thought that was kind of a cool moment for a father-daughter to be able to go ahead and share. I thought that was kind of fun. And Charlie would also like to know that she has the best last name on the team.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Caden's still a young lad for Pacelli. Pops up a bunt, and it's going to go foul, and it's 1-2 to Caden Nelson. Kaylin Yenter, good speed, stands at first, and Kelsey Geezy awaits on deck.
You know, Steve, it's an interesting question. Normally when Ava Schill would be on the mound, you kind of get a run on the board, and you'd expect that may be enough. With Vollert and Kavanaugh kind of most like it being a game, do you expect this to be high scoring? Do you expect it to be 4-2? How do you expect this thing to go?
Yeah, we'll see if Pacelli can get Macy's timing down, and then again the Royals going up against Ace for Pacelli. We'll see how things pan out. Again, I'm I'm probably the worst person to ask for predictions. I've tried it before. People have asked me how they think games are going to go. I say, yeah, don't worry about it. It's going to be a blowout. And then the team that I think is going to blow out the other team ends up losing. So
that's the beauty of the beauty of sports.
Yeah.
Although I felt very bad for Will Levy last night. If for those of you following the NFL draft, that is the other downside of sports. But one away here is as Vellert was able to go ahead and strike out Nelson.
There's a strike, and it's 1-1 to Giese. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. You have all these guys that thought that Will was going to go in the top 10, and throw down to second is in time, and they got her. No, she's safe. Oh my goodness.
Coach Nelson's going to come out and just ask to see with what the umpire saw, just to see where the tag was or what the angle was in terms of where it goes. Bang, bang play. Again, one of the interesting things as a high school softball umpire is for baseball, you'd be able to turn around because you'd be inside of that runner, so you'd be able to turn around and look at it from that particular angle. On the softball side of it, in the B position, you're on the back side, so the angle you look at is quite important. Coach Nelson happy with the explanation that he received. And with that in mind, Pacelli now has their first runner in scoring position. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second inning with the Royals up early 1-0.
2 balls and a strike to Kelsey Giese. There's a swing and a miss. Give you a score update from Amherst High School. There was all this hoopla about Amherst wanting to knock off Assumption in soccer this year because Assumption hadn't lost a conference game. They're 4.5 minutes in. Assumption's up 2-0. So,
again, Assumption lost a significant amount of seniors from that soccer group, and they've tested themselves early. So you're not used to seeing Assumption soccer have losses in that column. But the DC Everest loss and that Regis loss is going to make that team better. By the time that you get to
going to be hit over to Colo at third, and Malia has now throw to third, and there's 2 away now with the runner at third for Pacelli. Yeah, as you mentioned, something that they hadn't done in the past is schedule non-conference teams and giving them a test, and then they get down to a state tournament and they play Cedar Grove, Belgium, and all these other teams that they weren't able to match up against.
Well, the first couple of games, I don't know if
hit over to first, and what a play by Anna Schooley to take it off the ground, and Ava Tess is going to be retired, and the Royals able to get out of the top of the second inning. Wow. No runs, a base hit, and 1 left. We've played an inning and a half. You're watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Sadie Galbraith with a new jersey on this afternoon. At the plate now. New number for Sadie. Again, we mentioned it earlier, but blaming her mom for not doing laundry after last night's game, and she came to the game today without her number 26.
Now, rumor has it that the issue was more of a catch-up hamburger down her uniform issue, but we cannot confirm or deny that in terms of where it goes. Again, Steve, I just want to revisit that inning-ending play. I'm sure you'll see that as one of the highlights on Zaleski on Facebook or on Twitter when you take a look at it later. But that's a run-saving, potentially game-changing play. Yep. And again, you can't understate the value of the Royal defense and how they.
That's going to be hit over to short. That's Yenter on the run. What a play by Keelan Yenter over at short, and there's one away.
Yeah, Yenter makes, again, another what should be a very tough play look extremely routine, very smoothly over there as well.
Center fielder Lydia Smits.
Yeah, you talked to Coach Nelson last night about how when this team isn't hitting well or isn't pitching well, that their defense has really stepped up big time so far this early season. Shouldn't say early season. We're almost in May, but they've only played 6 or 7 games. So,
well, Coach Paltz's favorite saying is "defense wins championship."
Yep.
I've often told him you never win a game 0-0. But again, case in point, it's one of those deals where, in this particular regards, both of these teams look extremely sound. We've seen some great plays early in this game from both sides,
yep.
And I'm not sure one better than Anna Scully to end that the top of the second inning threat and keep a runner off the board.
Oh, absolutely right. Peyton Mansell against Lydia Smits. That was going to be a foul at the plate and off of her foot. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the second. Thank you to our game day sponsors, Rapid Sheet Metal, Sparhawk Trucking, and Scott Krug Realty. Again, be unable to bring you these games live all season long here on Zaleski Sports without them. And we thank them every chance we get. And make sure you go out and thank them as well. The 1-2. And Mansell with the strikeout. And there's 2 away here in the second inning.
Now batting number 12, third base.
Malia Colo.
Malia
had a couple of nice swings yesterday against Michaela Workus. Just trying to get that confidence back up at the plate for Malia. Struggling early on this year. First offering is good for a strike, and it's 0-1.
You know, you feel like if you don't get it going right away in that first week or those first couple weeks, it's a little bit of a struggle to take a look at it. But again, we're a long way away from the end of the season in terms of number of games.
Yep.
And for some of these players, especially for an athlete like Malia that may not be working on it all year long, obviously a basketball player, obviously a really good volleyball player, it might just take a little bit to find the groove with the bat, especially now they're consistently getting outside.
1-1 popped up behind third. That's a base hit for Malia Colo, and she's going to round first and go to second. That might be a confidence-boosting at bat and a hit for Malia.
So again, she was able to do a great job of going ahead and waiting back, took that ball to left field. The left fielder came in and went after the ball pretty aggressively. It carried him towards the fence, and Malia went in with a stand-up double and a big smile on her face.
Yep.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Royals already up. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Royals already up 1-0 with now Maddie Abbott having a chance to go ahead and knock in senior Malia Colo.
First offering to Maddie Abbott is good for a strike. Top of the order due up next for Assumption. No balls and a strike. Maddie has come in the last couple of games and run for Ava Schill. Get those legs. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Again, one of those players that hasn't gotten a lot of at-bats this year, but has gotten the opportunities. No balls and 2 strikes now to Maddie Abbott. Peyton Mansell kicks and fires. High to Maddie, and it's 1-2.
One of the things I'll compliment Peyton Mansell that I really like, in addition to throwing hard, she does a really good job of changing her height. So we've seen balls against Ava Schill that were low outside coming from there, and now with 2 strikes went ahead and saw if she was going to chase that high fastball.
There's a strikeout to end the second inning. No runs, a base hit, and 1 left. We've played 2 complete, 1-0 Assumption. Watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In Central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Huh?
Welcome back to Robinson Park here in Wisconsin Rapids as we get to the top of the third inning. 1-0 Royals over Cardinals here in a battle of two Division V ranked teams. So far, I would say you've had a pretty impressive pitcher's duel here, Steve, between Vollert and Mansell, and now Mansell will step in and face her fellow on the mound foe.
Number 8 hitter, it'll be 8-9-1 for Pacelli here in the third inning. Lone hit so far came via Keelan Yenter, and it's going to be lined into right, and that's going to bounce in front of Sadie Galbraith, and a leadoff base hit for Peyton Mansell, going right after that first pitch fastball, just like Keelan Yenter did in the second inning.
Beautiful inside-out swing, and now we're going to get a courtesy runner coming in the game. So number 6 for Pacelli.
Now batting number 10, center fielder Lane Ilka.
We'll get you that courtesy runner in just a second. So number 6, that is a Julia Storch.
Yep.
Now coming in the game as a courtesy runner for your pitcher, of course. For those that are maybe watching at home that are unaware, high school softball allows you to have a courtesy runner for your pitcher, a courtesy runner for your catcher. You know, and Steve, speaking of courtesy runner, I've got a friend that's looking for employment. We got anybody out there hiring?
Once Macy is done with Miss Ilka, then we'll hear from Crystal Finishing here in a second. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, just missed high. He was ready to call a strike, and then he signaled high for a ball, and it's 1-0.
Ilka did a nice job there. She was squared to bunt, and really late in the count went ahead and pulled it back. I thought maybe he was going to go ahead and get her on the offer, but she did a really nice job of pulling it back just at the last second.
The 1-0. High, 2-0, and Storch back to first, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to the number 9 hitter Lane Ilka. Sydney Gavin awaiting on deck.
You know, we've seen Kristen a couple different times in conference double clutch that throw, so nice to see her come up and snap that ball tonight.
There's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Very interesting here for Lane. She started the at-bat with a square to bunt, and then she hasn't squared up again here in the last 2 pitches.
Makes you wonder if that's a missed sign on the first one and they were going to try to run.
There she squares the bunt again, offers at it and misses, and it's 2-2.
Back to your earlier point about why we don't make predictions and understand the piece. I will say again, though, I am looking forward to our poker game at the house tomorrow night for those of you that were listening.
It won't be there. And an off-speed changeup way out in front. You know, Paul, depending on the weather, because there's supposed to rain and snow this weekend, I might not have any games to do tomorrow. So Sydney Gavin with one away here in the top of the third inning. Macy Vollert pulled the string on Lane Ilka. Gavin with a ground out her first time to Miss Nelson.
That was reminiscent of a Michaela Workus changeup that we saw last night. So effective with that pitch. You know, pretty deadly when you have a player that can throw as hard as what Macy and Michaela and what have you have, and then when you can really change that speed without changing what it looks like coming out of your hands. So effective.
The 1-0 to Gavin. Miss Ty. Storch stands at first with one away. She's the courtesy runner for Peyton Mansell, who led the inning off with a base hit to right field.
Always interesting to watch you different runners. So she takes her sprinter stance with the foot on the bag. Someone will come. Someone would be more to the side. If you watch Kristen Casey do it, she's a little bit more of the side as she kind of takes a look at where it goes. So just interesting to watch the different runners when they come in and look at that lead.
Strike high to Sydney Gavin. Macy Vollert in her third inning of work. Going to be popped up and out of play. Macy didn't get to the third inning against Auburndale last Friday. And gave up those 5 runs. Ari Cavanaugh came in and shut the door, allowed Assumption to get back into it. But and we talk about confidence boosting at the plate and on the base pass and defensively. To have a good outing in the circle for a pitcher that struggled last week is pretty important for this Assumption team. 2-2, foul back.
You know, Steve, one of the other things that you take a look at it is that when you look at a program like Assumption that's been very solid year in, year out, an opportunity like this tonight for Macy to face one of the top teams in Division 5 and knowing next year Ava Schill won't be here does nothing but benefit this young squad.
2-2. rolls in the dirt, and the count runs full now to Sydney Gavin.
Kristen Casey did a great job keeping that ball in front and actually scooping it up clean, keeping the runner at bay at first. And now full count, 3-2 with one out. We'll see if they put Storch on the move.
3-2, fires home and lost her. And a walk to the number one hitter, Sydney Gavin. Crystal Finishing Systems is family owned, and they are hiring for both their Weston and Moseley locations with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com.
I will definitely send my buddy over to crystalfinishing.com. Since he's checking things out, he should also probably check out Zaleski.com. You can see the standings for baseball, soccer, softball teams kind of in the local areas. The website really continues to grow and improve. If you've not checked out ZaleskiSports.com, you should definitely check it out. Also check them out on Twitter, Facebook. Do you do Instagram?
Insta, yep.
Instagram, Insta-chat, as I like to say. Jordan hates when I say that. But yeah, a lot of different social media platforms. Fun to see Zaleski Sports continue to grow. The reason that they're able to do that, of course, is because of our generous and wonderful sponsors that work with it. Again, for those of you enjoying the broadcast in high school sports, whatever your sport is, please make sure you're thanking them and mentioning Zaleski when you're patronizing their businesses.
The 1-1 fouled back, and it's 1-2. We're hoping at some point in the near future to have some exciting news for you with Zaleski Sports, with some new things coming, hopefully by the end of mid-May or end of May. We'll get that information. Now it's off the glove of Kristen Casey and a pass ball, and now there's two in scoring position here for Pacelli with one out off the top of the mitt of Kristen Casey.
So we had an interesting case there where you've got a collision between the third baseman and Storch over at third. Umpire choosing not to call it interference, but anytime you get the contact, there's a possibility of being able to go ahead and talk about it.
2-2, a big strikeout there, and there's two away now for Hannah Terzinski, who grounded out to Claire Nelson to end the first inning. Rustic Redefined provides a boutique shopping experience with unique and affordable clothing and accessories to fit your individual style. Shop Rustic Redefined on 8th Street here in Wisconsin Rapids. First offering to Hannah Terzinski, low and in the dirt. And it's 1-0 to Hannah Terzinski.
We talked about how effective that changeup is, but in that regard, you saw it, Steve, where Macy, when she took something off of that, the ball just came up short. Being able to really fine-tune that pitch, it just gives me more respect for Michaela Workus and what we watched last night, and how well she's able to control that.
The 1-0 coming back. Just missed. My goodness. 2-0. Just missing a bit high.
Open base here for Macy, so she, even though it's a hitter's count, she can continue to be selective with where she comes in terms of where it goes.
2-0. 3-0. Kaylin Yenter with one of the two hits for Pacelli awaits on deck. Looking for her opportunity to see if she gets it with the bases loaded. 3-0. Does she have the green light? Does the junior Hannah Terzinski? Squares the bunt, pulls it back right down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Just something different to visualize in terms of where it goes. No intention on bunting, but something to take a look at where it goes. Maybe it disrupts the pitch. Macy with a nice job focusing. 3 balls, 1 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third inning.
Vollert's going to line this one to right center field. That's trouble. That's going to one-hop the wall. 2 will score for the Cardinals, and Hannah Terzinski stands at second base with a 2 RBI double.
Vollert left that ball high and on the outside, and Terzinski did a terrific job of just staying patient and then lining it very similar to what we saw Vollert do last night to Workus, between the right and right center field, between Schmitz and Galbraith out there. And Pacelli here strikes for 2 important runs in the top of the third inning, with another runner now in scoring position as Caitlin Yunter comes up to see if she can go ahead and further extend this Cardinal lead.
Caitlin was led off the second inning with a base hit. Terzinski stands at second with 2 outs. Macy staring into Kristen Casey. First offering to Kaylin Yenter. It's going to be hit right back up the middle. Smits comes up throwing. They're going to send and then hold up Terzinski at third.
That's a really undervalued play by Lydia Schmitz as she came in aggressively charging that ball. So there's a risk by doing that, Steve. Of course, if that ball takes a hop and gets past her to the fence, it's the case. But because she was able to come in and charge it with momentum coming forward, held the runner at bay. So even with 2 outs, considering she could go on the hit, still kept it there. So runners on first and third. Great play by Lydia Schmidt. That's another run-saving play by the Royals defense.
Caden Nelson at the plate, a strikeout victim back in the second. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. Damage done here for Pacelli with 2 outs. First offering to Nelson is good for a strike. And Kaylin Yenter will take second unopposed.
As all good teams should do. Now you have 2 runners in scoring positions. Coach Nelson choosing not to go ahead and even challenge the throw with Casey, and now Basic could really go ahead and turn this into a big inning for the Cardinals.
The 0-1 popped up behind third. That's going to fall fair. 2 will score for Pacelli. Caden Yenter to second, and Ava Shilden turned the time to tag, and 2 more for the Cardinals.
Now, you talk about the jump that Yenter had compared to the jump that Trzynski had, and that's the difference of both runs scoring there. They were almost back-to-back as they came across the plate. I thought it was a good throw from to second base. Ava, uncharacteristically, maybe lack of communication, just didn't know that she was there. But I think had she known, I think there was an opportunity to go ahead and slap that tag on. But 4 runs here now in the top of the third inning for this Cardinal squad, and they now have a 3-run lead with 2 outs and still a runner in scoring position.
All the damage done here in the third with 2 outs for Pacelli. Kelsey Giese at the plate. Outside corner, good for a strike, and it's 0-1. Royals will have the top of the order due up in the bottom of the third. Macy Voller trying to keep this deficit at just 3. Takes a deep breath, looks in, fires to Giese. And ball, it kind of maybe hit the side of her leg, and it's 1-1. Trying to get the sweat off of her hand and get back to normal here for Macy. 1-1.
Prom tomorrow night. You can see Macy's got a heck of a spray tan going on. Perhaps a little spray tan on the ball. I'm not sure if that's ball doctoring or not, but maybe that's a factor.
1-1, swung on and missed, and it's 1-2 to Kelsey Giese. Ground out to Malia Colo back in the second inning. Nelson stands at second with 2 outs. 1-2. Lined into left, and right there is Maddie Abbott to end the third inning. Here in the top of the third, Pacelli scores 4. They leave 1. All damage done again with 2 outs here for the Pacelli Cardinals. We head to the bottom of the third. 4-1 Cards. Back after this. Zaleski Sports.
Power & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Power & Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Chris and Casey to lead things off here for Assumption in the bottom of the third inning. Some score updates here from Zaleski Sports. Assumption up 2-0 on Amherst in girls soccer. First offering to Kristen is good for a strike. Pacelli baseball up 9-0 on Wittenberg-Burnwood. Lakeland trailing DC Everson in the top of the fifth, 3-0 in softball. And doubleheader at Carson Park in Eau Claire. Marshfield up 2-1 on Eau Claire North in the first inning, or in the first game. 1-1 now to Kristen Casey.
Big win for the Spash Panthers over DC Everest last night, which really changes the Wisconsin Valley Conference standings last night. So I'm sure Everest was anxious to get back on the field this evening.
A wild pitch, 2-1 now to Kristen Casey. Yeah, you can, as Paul mentioned earlier, you can check all those updated standings. ZaleskiSports.com under the standings tab. Mike Wenlett working to get those updated as quickly as he can. 2-1 to Kristen Casey. Missed high, and it's 3-1.
So, again, Assumption takes the early 1-0 lead. They give up 4 runs here in the top of the third. We'll be curious to see on how their response, especially at the top of the order here. You can't get them all back in a single swing, obviously one player at a time. But I do think it's important for Assumption to respond, and I think Pacelli's got a chance to grab a hold of this game if they can keep them scoreless. But a leadoff walk to Kristen Casey is probably not a terrific start for that. And, again, with Kristen's speed, you got to figure that once again it won't be long, and we'll see her on the move.
Yeah, working out, walking past first and limping a little bit is Kristen Casey with nobody out. She stands at first base. See if that affects her base running here in the bottom of the third inning. And now Ava Schill ground out her last time. That's going to be lined to left and coming in and making the catch. Ava 0 for 2 today, and there's 1 away.
One of the things that you've seen the last couple games here, Steve, is that Ava's not really been able to pull one. Everything has been opposite field with her in terms of where it goes. We saw at the state championship game when she can pull a ball, she's got great power.
Anna Schooley at the plate. The left fielder takes 5 steps back as she was playing very shallow last time. That one's going to be lifted foul territory and out of play, and it's 0-1 to Anna Schooley.
And Ascoli, on the other hand, likes to pull the ball, pulls just about everything she can, and again, it takes just big, powerful cuts, which is why I said at any one given point, I like to joke that she can hit a ball off the house as we look at it.
No balls on a strike. Kristen Casey stands at first. Stays put, missed high as 1 ball and 1 strike. Spectrum Benefit Solutions has offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook. Get started today. A low strike, and it's 1-2 to Anna Schooley. Kristen Casey stands at first with 1 away.
Coach Nelson, Coach Schill choosing to have Kristen Casey stay put, respecting the arm of our catcher, Ella Van Order.
The 1-2 coming back. Going to be lined to left. There's a base hit. And a good base hit there for Anna Schooley. 2 on now with 1 out for Claire Nelson.
And with Kristen on the move, I thought maybe she'd be able to round it, but an excellent job by the left fielder, again, charging that ball similar to what we saw Lydia Schmidt do, keeping that runner at base. So first and second, one out, and in steps Claire Nelson, who, as we mentioned, has been swinging a hot stick. We'll see if she can continue to get big hits for the Royals.
2 on, 1 away. Bottom of the third inning here in Wisconsin Rapids. Claire calls time as Peyton Mansell taking a little too long in the circle. Umpires making sure everybody knows where they're going to be. First offering to Claire is a low strike, and it's 0-1. 4-1 Pacelli, bottom of the third, 1 away. Assumption with 2 runners on and 1 out. Peyton Mansell kicks and fires. Missed high for a ball. And Kristen's secondary lead out there at second base is as big as it gets for anybody that you watch in high school softball.
Kristen's such an aggressive base runner with excellent speed, plays a lot of ball, is able to just go ahead and dare into it. And there's a pass ball. Or perhaps a wild pitch. We'll see with what Steve Mabes, our official scorebook, scores to that. But anyway, you look at it, advances is Casey and Schooley, and now the Royals are in business here with 1 out, 2 balls, 1 strike on Nelson, trailing by 3, but having an opportunity here to go ahead and answer Pacelli's 4 spot with some runs of their own. A base hit will go ahead and do it. Same deal as a pass ball or a wild pitch will also do the same.
The 2-1. Right down the middle for a strike, and it evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good speed on the base pass for Assumption. Kristen Casey, of course, at third. Anna Schooley stands at second base. Claire Nelson, 2-2 count with Peyton Mansell. Peyton bends, looks in, and fires. And able to hold off, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Macy Vollert to waiting on deck. Strikeout victim in the first.
Nelson again with terrific eyes, 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. See what happens. Do we challenge?
And that was going to be hit foul to the first base dugout, Pacelli's dugout area, and it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Peyton Mansell working in her 3rd inning of work here.
It's interesting. Claire was definitely sitting fastball and got it on that regards. Mansell, we've seen really do a nice job with some off-speed pitches. I wonder if she'll go ahead and look to switch that up.
3-2 grounded over to first, backhanded. A run will score on the RBI ground out by Claire Nelson. Royals get 1 back here in the 3rd.
Nice backhanded play by the first baseman, ensuring the out and then also challenging at home. But Kristen Casey a little bit too fast, and just like that, the Royals have answered back, making this a 4-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd. This is really everything that we had hoped it could be, and then some.
Now Macy Vollert, a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. Anna Schooley stands at 3rd with 2 outs. Just past 5:30 here in central Wisconsin. Steve Maves, Paul Jaglinski. Gorgeous Friday night here in Wisconsin Rapids. Vollert lifts this one to left center field. Long run, and Ilka is going to track it down to end the 3rd inning. Macy gave it a ride, but the Royals do scratch across 1 run. We head to the top of the 4th, 4-2 Pacelli. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this. Zaleski Sports.
Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Rustic Redefined is the Wisconsin Rapids area's local boutique clothing store for women and children. Find a personalized shopping experience with excellent personal service and unique and trendy styles. Enjoy a great variety of always changing outfits, tops, purses, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Rustic Redefined has your unique style ready for you at an affordable price. Find your look on 8th Street South in Wisconsin Rapids, or keep up with all the newest options on Facebook at Rustic Redefined.
Seven, 8, 9 for Pacelli here in the top of the 4th inning. Macy Vollert back out for her 4th inning of work. Mobile Link in Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for car and boat services, including window tinting, remote start, and accessorizing. That's Mobile Link on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. Ava Schill conducts the infield meeting before the top of the 4th begins here in Wisconsin Rapids. Vollert gave up those 4 runs with 2 outs in the bottom or in the top of the 3rd. Assumption able to get 1 back in the bottom of the 3rd, still trailing 4-2. Ava Tess to lead things off. She was at the plate when Anna Schooley made the tremendous play to end the inning, but again, first pitch fastball, first pitch swinging of an inning, and Pacelli with a base runner here in the top of the 4th inning.
And again, not only first pitch fastball, first pitch swinging, that's a first pitch fastball that's been up on the outside portion of the plate, and Pacelli just doing an excellent job taking it to the opposite field.
And Ari Kavanaugh will come in for the Assumption Royals. Macy Vollert will head out to left field, and Macy's afternoon will be finished here for Assumption. Ari Kavanaugh will be our new pitcher for the Assumption Royals. We'll take 1 commercial break, come back, and get you ready for Ari's outing. Back to Wisconsin Rapids after this. Zaleski Sports.
Midstate Technical College Healthcare Simulation Center, in a partnership with Aspirus, is a state-of-the-art interdisciplinary healthcare simulation center. It provides specialized spaces and simulation technology equipped with medium and high-fidelity mannequins and other equipment to create complex healthcare training scenarios. Visit our website at mstc.edu/simcenter.
Ari Kavanaugh, the new pitcher for the Assumption Royals, here in the top of the 4th inning. She'll face off with Peyton Mansell. Macy Vollert heading out to left field to replace Maddie Abbott. Zach's Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for car and boat. No, wrong one. Zach's Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for residential and commercial computer repair. Custom-built desktops, off-site backup, and mobile repair. Look to Zach's Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids. First offering to Peyton Mansell, misses for a ball, and it's 1-0.
He was skeptical. Visited Zach's the other day. I was a little bit skeptical, honest with you, Steve. I had a cracked screen, and I didn't know if it was something that's the case. Normally you get a new phone. They really did a terrific job for me. I would strongly recommend checking them out.
Hit over to Colo across the diamond. Another nice play by Malia at third, and there's one away, and there's a runner at second for Pacelli for Elaine Ilka.
Malia did a great job on that backhand, and it kind of went down to a knee. Because of the angle that she took at it, she was unable to go ahead and get the lead runner at second, but did a nice job of coming up and setting her feet, making a strong throw over to first base. So 1 out, runner on second base here in the top of the 4th inning. Pacelli over the Royals, 4-2.
Lane Ilka at the plate. Strikeout victim her first time up. A little off speed there by Ari, and it's 0-1. Ari's last outing, as mentioned before, against Auburndale last Friday. She came in and struck out 7 Eagles. Ended up with the loss. That was going to be hit weakly to third. Colo again across the diamond in time for the second out.
Pacelli doing a nice job going ahead and taking a look at it. So Tess waited to make sure that Colo threw the ball over to third base and then went ahead, or through the first base, and then went ahead and took advantage of the lead and swiped the base. So any type of pass ball or wild pitch puts her in a spot to go ahead and score. But 2 down now here in the top of the 4th inning. Cardinals still up 2-0 over the Royals, but threatening to go ahead and add to that lead.
Sydney Gavin, a walk last time, came around to score in that 3rd inning. She grounded out to begin the game. Kavanaugh ahead in the count. 0-1. 4-2, not 2-0.
Oh, sorry. my apologies. Sorry. I have people flashing numbers at me up here, and I didn't quite know if we were doing gang signs or what exactly it was. So, anyway, I must have got the score wrong. So, again, let me clarify that for everybody at home. Pacelli with 4. Assumption Royals here with 2, top of the 4th inning. You are still watching high school softball here on Zaleski Sports. So, again, it's a tough booth up here, Steve. I'm not going to lie to you.
1-1 to Gavin from Kavanaugh. Ari wheels and deals. Strike. No. Low. 2-1. Brewers back in action tonight, taking on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They lucked out this weekend, though. Shohei Ohtani pitched yesterday, or the day before, so they won't have to face him this weekend. He will bat, though, tonight. Hit to third and foul, and it runs 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mike Trout coming to Milwaukee. Shohei Ohtani. Hunter Renfroe coming back for the Angels. First time in 8 years. Los Angeles coming to Milwaukee.
You know, such a fun moment. Not that I'm a huge baseball guy, but watched a lot of the World Baseball Classic.
Yep.
Watching Shohei and Trout do battle kind of at the end of the World Baseball Classic was really a great moment. Kind of a fun piece for the sport to be. I'm sure that the Milwaukee will draw a good crowd tonight.
Yep.
I didn't even ask you, what are your thoughts on Vaness, the Packers' first-round selection?
A good pick. From all I've heard, they got 2 second-round picks tonight. Popped up on the infield. Maybe get a wide receiver and a tight end tonight and go from there. But,
which will inevitably mean a punter and a safety, but, you know, in terms of where that goes. Anyway, no runs on 1 hit here in the top of the 4th inning. You're watching high school sports here on Zaleski Sports.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Sadie Galbraith to lead things off. A base hit last time for Sadie.
Galbraith, Smits, Colo, and if anybody reaches, now Kavanaugh in the 9 spot.
Galbraith looks at a strike, and it's 0-1 to Sadie Galbraith. Halfway through this one here this afternoon in Wisconsin Rapids. Peyton Mansell out for her 4th inning of work, and that's going to be popped up and out of play, 0-2.
Now, Steve, baseball, softball players have a reputation or a stereotype of being superstitious. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if the Royals happen to lose, what are the odds that Coach Nelson blames this on Sadie and the fact that she forgot her uniform tonight?
Could be, yeah. Foul straight back at us after Paul made that comment. if the backstop wouldn't have been there, it would have been right here in our laps. So,
on the other hand, if she happens to come back and hit a home run tonight, she may permanently be 23.
Yeah.
So you just never quite know in terms of where it goes.
Yeah, take the MJ mentality. Go change numbers in the middle of the year. That's going to be blooped to right field. There's a base hit for Sadie Galbraith, and it's thrown away. And if Sadie would have been paying a little bit more attention, she would have went to second base. Still a grin on her face, but lost opportunity there for the Royals.
I think Sadie would tell you that she is not the most fleet of foot athlete. I think she was really happy to go ahead and just be at first base as the right fielder came up really trucking or really throwing that ball hard towards first base to pick it off.
Lydia Smits at the plate for the Royals. Galbraith stands at first, her second base hit of the night. Low and in to Lydia Smits. One ball and no strikes to the Royals center fielder. Swung out and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike to Lydia. See, talking about how good how nice the weather is. See the disc golfers out beyond center field here at Robinson Park, taking in the nice weather. Here, the beautiful course and beautiful afternoon. The 1-1 squares the bunt, pops it up and straight back. And it's 1-2 to Lydia Smits. Ball game closing in on an hour old. 5:44. First pitch is at 4:46. Smits behind the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Peyton Mansell. Peyton gets one that she likes. Galbraith stands at first. The 1-2 to Lydia Smits. That's going to be knuckled foul and into the fencing area. Mutual of Wausau Insurance is protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Bottom of the 4th, 4-2, Pacelli. The 1-2 coming home. Staying alive, fouled it straight back to Lydia Smits. Just got a piece of it, and it remains 1-2. Brewers on the road after their 10-game homestand. See if they can get some wins after a not-so-good outing against the lowly Detroit Tigers. The 1-2. Missed high. Good hold there by Lydia Smits. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we promise you, and we have promised you, today is a nice day. This weekend not supposed to be so nice. But when you get a chance, head to Fleet Farm. They got their spring yard. There's a strike. Got her backing out of the way. A 1 away here for Malia Colo. Fleet Farm's got their spring yard prep event going on now. Score savings on soil, seed, mulch, and fertilizer as you get ready to bring your yard back to life. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm.
They probably still have snow shovels available as well, and just in case some of that weather turns the other direction, Steve.
Throw down to first after the swing and miss by Malia Colo. Home plate needing to be wiped off a tad. Again, we are scheduled to have 5 games for you tomorrow on Zaleski Sports. A Pacelli Amherst baseball doubleheader. And a triangular being hosted by Amherst in softball. Pacelli and Amherst at 10, Pacelli and Neelsville at noon, and Amherst and Neelsville at 2 o'clock. Again, weather dependent as Colo out in front of that one, and it's 0-2.
Steve, I can't help. I'm old enough to remember when the Naked Gun movies came out. I'm not sure if you're old enough to remember that or not, but it always reminds me when the umpire goes up when he starts sweeping, and then Leslie Nielsen went ahead and took out the vacuum, and he's got just across the board. I always think about that every time that you see that happen.
The 0-2 popped up, foul territory, and
just off the top of the fence. Third baseman gave it a good piece, but it just drifted foul.
Ari Kavanaugh waits on deck for the Assumption Royals. No balls and 2 strikes to Malia Colo. A bloop double her last time up down the left field line. Peyton Mansell comes set. The 0-2. And the changeup thrown to perfection, and there's 2 away. And now Ari Kavanaugh in her first at-bat of the afternoon.
Again, it's such a devastating 2-strike pitch because Mansell throws so hard that you have to be thinking fastball, and if you start that swing timing it up, she's made a few Royals really get on their front foot tonight.
Top of the order due up next after Ari, and there's a swing and a miss behind the fastball that time from the outstanding freshman season for Ari Kavanaugh. No balls and a strike. Kristen Casey waits on deck. Sadie Galbraith stands at first after a leadoff base hit. Misses high, and it's 1-1.
You know, Steve, Art really did a nice job. She came in and inherited a base runner when she came in pitching in the top of the inning and was able to keep this dangerous Pacelli lineup from going ahead and scoring. We'll see if now she can help her cause with a hit to see if she can advance Sadie and give Kristen Casey a shot.
And there's a pass ball. Sadie Galbraith will stand at second base, and it's 2-1 to Ari Kavanaugh.
Now runner in scoring position, so a shot in the gap. A shot in the gap will go ahead and get the Royals even a run closer here.
2 balls, 1 strike. Wind blowing straight in, left to right. The 2-1 inside, 3-1. Kristen Casey on deck for the Assumption Royals. Sadie Galbraith stands at second base. 2 away, bottom half of inning number 4 here in Wisconsin Rapids. In beautiful weather, slight breeze. 3-1 right down the gut on the outside. And it's 3-2. Good placement by Peyton Mansell. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
High, low, left, right, off speed, what have you. Mansell really throws a nice ball game, Steve.
3-2. And in the dirt. And a walk. And now back to the top of the order for the Assumption Royals. Kristen Casey today, single and a walk for Kristen. Has to remove her shin guards. Galbraith and Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh with excellent speed at first. If she gets a chance, she might lap Sadie on a base hit.
Well, and you have to if you're Mansell, you have to go after Casey with Ava Schill sitting in the 2 spot behind you. You don't want to bring her up in a spot where you've got bases full at that point.
And Kristen fouls it off, and off the arm of Van Order on the check swing. It hit her on the glove side arm. And Ella says that she's good. Coach Molsky coming out to take a look at her.
We talked about that yesterday in terms of where it goes. So, again, even though you've got the gear and the padding, unfortunately there are different areas that are exposed. And even if it does hit, it's definitely something that certainly hurts.
Yeah, saw a couple of Wildcats yesterday get hurt or get injured, not hurt. Reagan Borkart, one of them, and
Jessica Muha, the other.
Yeah, that's right. And Muha was unable to finish the game last night for the Wildcats. She had a foul ball off her hand or something,
and I wonder if honestly it was very uncharacteristic to see Borkart make that error last night. I wonder if that didn't have something to do with it. Honestly, Steve, with that thumb injury that she took almost immediately. Umpire questioning where is the box. I assume that's what the dialogue is all about.
I think so. And Kristen made her own box with the bat. The 0-1. Inside corner. And it's 0-2.
Kristen trying to think outside of the box, so she went ahead and drew a box. So, there's a certain sense of irony right there, Steve, which I think is it's that type of symmetry you only get on Zaleski Sports. So,
No balls and 2 strikes, Kristen Casey. That was going to be lifted foul. Kristen uncharacteristically struck out last night against Michaela Workus. She's got 2 runners on here with 2 outs, 0-2 count.
Mansell's done a really good job of keeping the Royals off kilter, with the exception of maybe Vullert's ball that was hit to center field and caught. Not a lot of great swings off of her.
The 0-2, and Kristen strikes out here to end the 4th inning. No runs, 2 runners left. We have played 4 complete. It is 4-2 Pacelli. You're watching high school softball. Zaleski Sports.
If you think it's cold outside now, just wait. Nasty weather is on the way, but you don't have to freeze. Get your vehicle into MobileLink for a remote car starter. When it comes to remote starters, there is only one leader in central Wisconsin with over 5,000 units installed. Blake at MobileLink. You work hard, and it's time to treat yourself to something you will use all the time. Schedule that remote starter and start beating Old Man Winter.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Top of the 5th inning here in Wisconsin Rapids. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Pacelli Cardinals. And running can be hard on your body, whether you're training for marathons, competitive runs, or just for daily exercise. Turn to Roberts Physical Therapy to get moving, keep moving, and enjoy life on the run. Roberts Physical Therapy with locations in Amherst, Plainfield, and Wisconsin Rapids.
Leading off for Pacelli, right fielder.
It'll be Katie Ilka to lead things off. Strikeout victim her last time out. 4-2 Pacelli. All 4 runs for the Cardinals in the top of the 3rd inning. All again with 2 outs. Able to take advantage of a couple of perfect pitches by Macy Vollert if you're a hitter anyway. Not so much if you're a pitcher. First offering to Katie. Misses low for a ball. 2:10 the dimensions here at Robinson Park. Down the lines. Softball is usually pretty equal around the outfield.
And as you've seen, Steve, as we expected, a very well-played game by both teams. Very few errors, very few, a lot of extra bases being taken off of plays. And we've seen actually a surprising number of base runners in this ball game.
There's a low strike, and it's 2-1. Kavanaugh gets the call.
Would you say that's a benefit of the doubt?
I think so.
I like it. 2 balls, 1 strike, top of the 5th inning, no outs here.
Kavanaugh wheels and deals. Hit to 3rd, but foul, and it's count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had word of the day last night in catastrophic. Haven't gotten a new one yet today. So here, let's see what.
Well, the good news, if you have a catastrophic loss, you can call Carrie Van Hurt. She can, and State Farm Insurance can go ahead and take care of you there, Steve.
The 2-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Ilka going ahead and doing a nice job of battling to go ahead and keep this count full.
3-2. Hit sharply and into left field. A good at-bat there by Katie Ilka. There's a runner at first. And nobody out here in the top of the 5th for Pacelli.
You know, one of the things that kind of a nice virtual piece, just, you know, an observation for those watching at home. Last night, Macy Vullert played second base. No errors was our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game. Started at pitcher tonight. Now moved out to left field. The versatility of this Royal team is interesting and really an asset for Coach Nelson and Coach Schill.
First offering to Hannah Terzinski was good for a strike. She had a 2 RBI double her last time up to extend that lead in the 3rd inning for the Cards.
Roped the ball between Schmidt and Galbraith last time to the right center field gap.
The 0-1 way out in front. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Hannah Trzynski.
So we've seen Kristen Casey come up and snap that throw 2 or maybe 3 times in this particular ball game. That's the first time we've really seen her do that, all season long. She's shown the ability to with a few clutches, but seeing her throw it today has been good to see.
The 0-2 fouled off the plate. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. Ilka stands at first base for Pacelli. Unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area at Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has the personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big with small rates at Key Savings Bank. No balls and 2 strikes to Hannah Trzynski. Kicks and fires. Missed tie for a ball. Throw down to first. And Diana Schooley saving an extra base on the bounce from Kristen Casey. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Honestly, Steve, you watch that play by Anna, and she makes it look so routine and so smooth. It doesn't even – you just don't get a credit. She just doesn't give herself credit of how important of a play that is.
Low and away. Casey saving a base there behind the plate for Assumption. Royals back in action on, hopefully, scheduled for Monday here against Marathon.
Weather permitting, of course.
Weather permitting, absolutely. 2-2. We hit to Nelson to Schill for 1.
6, 4.
And safe at first.
Not quite able to turn the double play, but a really nice play by Claire and Ava to go ahead 6-4 to get the lead runner. Schill came up throwing, but again, with Trzynski's speed, unable to go ahead and get her going down the line. And that brings up number 7, Kaylin Yenter.
Kaylin has been a hitting machine for Pacelli on the year. Trzynski stands at first with 1 out. Hit over to Kola, went through her legs. The second error for Malia in a week. And there's 2 on and 1 out for Caden Nelson, who had a double her last time up.
Hard hit ball, just kind of got caught in between. Was it a hop or not? So she was able to go ahead and she caught herself coming up as that ball went ahead and squirted underneath her glove.
Caden now with 2 on and 1 out. Trzynski and Yenter, the base runners.
Even though it's in a play that Malia will tell you that she should make, and it's definitely an error, that's not an easy play, Steve. The way that's a hard hit ball, and she's playing a step in front of first base there.
A bloop.
Or third base, I should say.
A bloop hit last time for Nelson. Looks at a strike, and it's 0-1 to Caden. Ari Kavanaugh in the circle for Assumption, trailing 4-2 here in the top of the 5th.
We'll see if Ari can adjust. The umpire has been very consistent with that low strike today, so we'll see if Ari can adjust.
The 0-1 squares the bunt, offers at it, and misses, does Nelson, and it's 0-2.
The game within the game. So squares the bunt, Colo comes in, Nelson comes over and does a great job covering third, providing some coverage. All great opportunities and things to work on that the Royals are going to need going down the road. And you see the same thing with the Cardinals when the Royals get base runners as well.
The 0-2 coming back. High pitch misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Ari doing a good job of changing height in the zone. So 2 ways to keep people off kilter, if you will. Changing your height and then changing your speed.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Kavanaugh to Nelson. Going to be hit to Nelson and through her legs and up her arm. And another error here in the inning for the Assumption Royals. Man, oh man.
That's a play where Trzynski really helps force that. She kind of stands in front, dances a little bit, and it just changes Nelson's field of vision. Even still, uncharacteristic for the Royals to be going ahead and making errors. We talked about how good they've been defensively. To see back-to-back errors is very uncharacteristic of it.
Bases loaded now, infield in. Kelsey Giese, a fly out to left her last time up. First offering misses low.
Steve, I think it just makes an excellent opportunity to point out the value of Ava Schills. So the other night she had 14 Ks. So, when you talk about 2 out of every 3 outs being a strikeout, it forces when that ball goes in play, you just never know what happens. It takes a bad hop or somebody takes a bad angle at it, and before you know it, you take a look at it again. I think that further speaks to the importance of Schill.
Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. That's going to be hit over to Colo. She bobbles. She throws home. She's going to get the out at home. And there's 2 away. The oohs and ahs from the Pacelli faithful, but a good recovery play there by Malia Colo.
Malia did an excellent job going ahead and knocking that ball down. It took, especially off of this dirt, it took it a characteristically high hop. Went ahead and did a great job of gathering it. Senior presence didn't panic, came up, threw a nice play to her counterpart, Kristen Casey at home, to retire an important out, keeping Pacelli off the board. So now 2 down, bases still full, top of the 5th inning. Feels like a very, very important at bat.
Yep, absolutely. And Ava Tess will be the hitter. This is low for a ball, a 1-0. Bases still loaded, or the infield able to play a little bit further back now with 2 outs.
Would you say this is going to be a great test for Ari?
Absolutely right, yeah. Ava looking for a huge hit. Swung on and missed. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Royals will have 2, 3, and 4 due up in their half of the 5th inning. Kavanaugh trying to keep this deficit at 2. Ari comes set, the 1-1 to Tess. Just missed outside, and it's 2-1. Again, the defensive alignment for Assumption. Vollert, Smits, and Galbraith in the outfield. Colo, Nelson, Schill, and Schooley on the infield. The 2-1 coming back. And going to be hit over to Nelson. Stays down that time. Flips it over to second and ends the 5th inning. Pacelli leaves 3 more unable to score here in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It is 4-2 Cards. Back after this. Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
For years, our Store Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Store Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Store Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
Ava Schill to lead things off here in the Royals half of the 5th inning. 0 for 2 today is Ava. And Peyton Mansell still out there, her 5th inning of work here for the Cards with a 4-2 lead. First offering to Ava misses high, and it's 1-0 to the Royals senior second baseman and future Green Bay Phoenix in the fall after graduation from Assumption Senior High. The 1-0. 2-0 to Ava. Nobody on, nobody out here in the 5th inning. Just past 6 o'clock here in central Wisconsin. Steve Mapes, Paul Jaglinski, gorgeous Friday afternoon. 2-0 to Ava, misses high and in, 3-0.
For those of you wondering or scrolling around, the Assumption soccer team is up 3-0 over Amherst. Other games tonight on the Zaleski Sports Network would include Eau Claire North against Marshfield in... Is that baseball, Steve?
Yep. And Ava Schill walks on 4 pitches, and a gift to Ava after going 0 for 2 so far tonight.
Just the exact start that Coach Schill and the Royals were looking for here. The Huskies of Eau Claire are up 11-0 over the Tigers, it looks like. Oh, actually, 0-0, excuse me. My apologies. Small screen, bad eyes. My bad, folks.
Anna Schooley at the plate now. Had a double in the first. And fouled straight back off of Van Order, and it's 0-1. Speaking of Coach Schill, Rapid Sheet Metal, as the weather warms up, look to Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids. They've got more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling today.
Everest being the Lakeland over on the network as well in softball 5-0. So if you're interested in checking out those games as well as that's the case. But don't be gone too long. We've got a good one here at Robinson Park. as you've got the number 1 team in Division 5 against the number, I believe, 5 team in Division 5, but 2 teams at different sectionals definitely both have a real shot to end up at Madison playing a good ball game.
The 0-2 to Schooley, and Schill is going to take second base on the pass ball. Schooley behind the count, still 1 ball and 2 strikes. But a runner in scoring position for the Royals here in the bottom of the 5th.
Ava with the walk and then advancing on the pass ball. She will enjoy that very much.
Free bases for Ava, and now there's...
I believe the 2 umpires are getting together to go ahead and talk about the count. That's I think where we're looking at.
Yeah, first offering to Anna was a strike, and then she swung at a strike. And no discrepancy from our umpires and our coaches, players, and scoreboard keeper. And we're good to go. The 1-2 to Anna Schooley. This tie evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So runner on second base, no outs. Assumption trailing 4-2. 1 big inning for Pacelli where they were able to score 4 runs after 2 outs off of Vollert. Assumption took an early 1-0 lead and then went ahead and has been chipping away at it ever since.
Oh, bad swing there by Anna Schooley, and there's 1 away. 1 away for Claire Nelson. Still runner at second and 1 out now.
Shortstop Claire Nelson.
Nelson's been having a hot stick for the Royals. She's had a couple very big hits. We'll see if she can come up with another one as you've got Chill on second, but now 1 away.
Peyton Mansell in the circle. The first offering. Missed high for a ball, and it's 1-0.
Nelson, I know, flew out to the shortstop in the first at bat, and in the second at bat, hit a ball to the first baseman on a chopper, but was able to go ahead and get an RBI on that play.
The 1-0. Missed high again. 2 balls and no strikes. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, and more. For both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield, find Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on Facebook. Get started today. The 2-0 to Claire. Wanted that one held up and a strike in there anyway, and it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Schill stands at second base for the Royals, trailing 4-2. Bottom half of inning number 5 here at beautiful Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. The 2-1. Behind the fastball, and it's 2-2. Royals' final game of the month of April here this afternoon. May 1st is on Monday with a chance of rain and snow on Sunday. Tomorrow, rain, chance of snow on Sunday. 2-2. And a hitter in the hand. Did not hear a thud on the knob. And so they're going to say it hit her hand and did not hear the knob. So that's what Coach Molsky is asking about. And Claire Nelson said it hit her right on the right hand.
I wonder if Coach Molsky was asking on that play, Dave, if it hit her hand or the knob, or if she was asking, did Nelson swing
into it? Yep.
Because Nelson had started the swing when it hit her. Obviously, had the umpire felt it crossed the plate, it would have been a strike.
First offering to Macy Vollert winds up and misses at strike 1.
Regardless, runner on Schill on second base, Nelson on first base, 1 down. Bottom of the 5th inning, Royals trail by 2. Macy Vollert at the plate.
Trying for a big hit here tonight is Macy. The 0-1. Outside missed. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We play in the bottom of the 5th inning, 4-2 Pacelli. Mansell in her 5th inning of work. And another swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Peyton has been outstanding this afternoon for Pacelli. Gets the call from Van Order. The 1-2. High and away. Try to get her to chase and evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen within just 1 week. Countertops, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, and everything else you find in your kitchen. And another swing and a miss. Man, oh man. 2 away here in the 5th.
Mansell has done an excellent job at keeping the Royals off balance, getting them out on the front foot. She's really done a nice job in this ball game.
Stone Innovations takes care of everything for you, from fabrication, design, and installation. For your next kitchen or bathroom, look to Stone Innovations in Plover. First offering to Sadie Galbraith, misses high. Sadie 2 for 2 today, a couple of nice swings against Mansell.
By my count, that's 7 strikeouts today for Mansell. That seems like a very high number for the Royals.
2 balls and 2 strikes, or 2 balls and no strikes, I should say, for Sadie Galbraith.
Sadie with a chance. Again, Nelson at first base, Schill at second. Ball in the gap, has a chance to go ahead and tie this thing up.
2 balls and no strikes. Low and in, 3-0 to Sadie. Lydia Smits awaiting on deck. Lydia wants a shot at it. 3 balls and no strikes. See if they give Sadie a green light. They don't, and she walks on 4 pitches. Bases loaded for Lydia Smits.
Lydia's K'd both times against Mansell in the ball earlier in the at bat, but again, a little bit of a different situation. 2 outs, bases full. She can be selective, perhaps maybe look for an early pitch. I don't think Mansell's going to want to fall behind early, so maybe Lydia can come up and jump on one early.
Schill at third, Nelson at second, and Galbraith stands at first base. For the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, call our buddy Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties to share your goals, and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. Call him at 715-213-4468. That is 715-213-4468. Offering to Smits, low and away for a ball in this 1-0.
Steve, then when you get that hunting land or that land maybe you're going to build on, you can call Carrie Van Eert to go ahead and get some insurance for it.
Yep.
And go visit Fleet Farm at the Man's Mall to go ahead and stock it up. Maybe stop by Chip's Hamburgers and grab yourself a little snack on the way through.
The 1-0 to Lydia. Good for a strike. She wanted it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Evened it up. Pacelli left the bases loaded in the top of this inning.
Just a really well-played softball game. Very entertaining back and forth. Like I said, a lot of base runners, a lot of opportunities for both teams.
1-1. Swung on and missed. And Mansell in the driver's seat here with ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Be interesting to see. So Lydia's been behind the fastball, so we'll see if Mansell attacks her. But she's also throwing that changeup so well. Be interesting to see what Lydia sits on here.
1-2. Going to be hit over to third, gobbled up there, across, and in time. And Pacelli gets out of the jam here in the 5th. No runs. Royals leave 3. Top of the 6th inning we go. 4-2 Pacelli. Back after this. Zaleski Sports.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Pacelli leading 4-2. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Assumption Soccer up 5-0 on Amherst. They're in the 64th minute. Pacelli baseball up 10-3 on Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. DC Everest game is over. They won 10-0 over the Lakeland T-Birds. And Marshfield and EC North is the only other game besides this one here on the network this afternoon. First offering to Peyton Mansell, misses for a ball.
Mansell had a real hard-hit line drive. Was in the first in her first at bat to right field. Did a nice job of staying home. Got that big inning started in the 3rd.
Over to Nelson for out number 1. Nelson to Schooley, and there's 1 away for Lane Ilka. And then back to the top of the order for Pacelli, leading 4-2. Kavanaugh.
Nope. We've got a substitution in the game, number 18.
18, Amelia Martini.
Amelia Martini in to go ahead and bat.
Amelia has played well in the games that I've cut up highlights for Pacelli, so getting her first at-bat here this afternoon against Ari Kavanaugh.
Kind of similar to where we saw Coach Nelson do it last night with Riley Sobolewski going ahead and getting an at-bat, kind of in a key spot where an opportunity. Again, Pacelli using this non-conference opportunity to work in Amelia here in a big spot, seeing if maybe she can provide a little bit of spark.
Pacelli back in action hopefully tomorrow, scheduled tomorrow for 2 games, then back on Monday at Rosholt. First offering Mrs. Lowe to Martini. Top of the order due up next for Pacelli.
I feel like the missed opportunity, it could have been, maybe she's got a sister, Olive.
Could be.
Olive Martini would have been the way to go.
The 1-0 is good for a strike, evens it up at a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Again, that big third inning for Pacelli, the difference so far today. The 1-1. Outside, good for a strike, and it's 1-2. Kristen holding it there for just an extra second. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I want to congratulate all the Celtic fans going ahead and listening tonight, like yours truly, as Boston was able to close out that series last night.
The 1-2, and got her looking outside corner. Kavanaugh with a strikeout. 2 away here for the top of the order, and Sydney Gavin for the Cards. Her 4th at-bat of the afternoon.
A couple interesting Game 6 tonight, Steve, with the Lakers and the Grizzlies and the Kings and the Warriors all set to do battle tonight as well. Second night of the NFL Draft. 2 highly ranked Division 5 softball teams. Pretty nice little sports evening going on here in central Wisconsin.
Kavanaugh, long look in. Rolls it in there, and it's 1-0 to Sydney Gavin. Hannah Trzynski was warming up on for Pacelli. Again, her and Peyton Mansell, 1A and 1B for Pacelli pitching. Off-speed pitch, good for a strike, evens it up at a ball and a strike.
Well, I'm anxious to see Trzynski because I've been extremely impressed with Mansell. She has done an excellent job. Like I said, my unofficial count is 7 strikeouts for the Royals. 8 total strikeouts, I'm told, for the Royals. She did a great job of locating the ball high and low, good off-speed pitches, really controlled this very daunting Royals lineup to give Pacelli this lead, which is 4-2 here in the top of the 6th inning.
1-2 back to Gavin, grounded weakly over to third. Colo gets it, steps and fires to retire Sydney Gavin to end the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 5.5. You're watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Bottom of the 6th inning we go here in Wisconsin Rapids. Will be 8-9-1 for the Assumption Royals, trailing 4-2. Pacelli leading. Peyton Mansell still out in the circle for the Pacelli Cardinals. With so much of our lives riding on the internet these days, choosing a provider you can rely on has become more important than ever. As a local company, Solaris sees their customers as neighbors and not just numbers. You can trust their fiber delivers the fastest, most reliable, and most advanced internet experience in town. Visit Solaris.net. Malia squares the bunt and misses low, does Mansell, and it's 1-0.
Lane Elka has re-entered the ball game to go ahead and play center field. So Martini in for the pitch hit, and then Lane has re-entered.
Offering to Colo, she gets hit in the elbow. Second hit by pitch of the afternoon for Pacelli or for Assumption batters. We talk about it all the time. I mention it throughout the whole basketball season, how much of a beating every game Malia Colo takes. And
Number 24, pitcher
and turns out here in softball as well.
Well, and once again, the Royals get the leadoff runner on base. I think that is 2, maybe 3 innings in a row that they've got the leadoff runner on base, but they've not been able to capitalize on it. Whether they've not been able to advance it or come up with that big hit, they left the bases full last inning. We'll see if once again they can take advantage of the leadoff hit by pitch.
1-0 to Ari is a big swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Colo back in time. And we wait and see. Of course, Ari's got the power to hit it out there, but Royals need base runners now. She's got excellent speed. And doesn't look like she's going to bunt. Oh, she does. There you go. Right down the first base line. Tough play. And they're going to get the out at first.
Steve, one of the things that I absolutely loved last night just watching the NFL draft players come through was the giant chains and the bling that they wore. And one of the rule changes this year for the WIAA is that they're allowing necklaces and jewelry to be worn during the softball game. And you can see Malia has got the big chain out there as it's kind of running crossboard, which is what brings that to mind.
Pitching change, it looks like, coming here for the Pacelli Cardinals. Peyton Mansell, an excellent outing. The top of the order due up next for the Assumption Royals with Kristen Casey. As we await number 14 awaiting entrance. That's Caden Nelson. She might come in to play first base, and Hannah Trzynski might head into the circle. And a long wait here is where the umpire finally going out to break up the huddle. And Coach Molsky said she's going to have one more meeting, and that's when she would take out Peyton Mansell. But Caden Nelson was ready to enter the game. Coach Molsky says, we're going to wait. Malia Cole stands at second base with 1 out for Kristen Casey. Strikeout victim her last time out.
Feel honored to be joined up at the booth by the world famous Mr. Jason Zaleski. He's like Pitbull. He's worldwide. So nice to go ahead and have him in the booth visiting the ballgame tonight.
Kristen Casey, a strikeout victim to end the fifth inning, I should say. And that was going to be looped to short. They get the out, and Kristen pops out to short, second out.
So Mansell lobbied. You heard Coach come off, says she wants one more. So Mansell lobbied to go ahead and wanted to be able to finish this inning, or at least finish that at batter, and did a great job of going ahead and jamming Kristen Casey. So now 2 away, runner on second base, and Ava Schill in the plate.
Ava walked on 4 pitches her last time up. 2 away here in the Royals' 6th inning.
You know, Steve, once again, so Kavanaugh laid down the nice bunt to go ahead and advance. Malia, you brought the top of the lineup up, but once again, the Royals in danger of not being able to capitalize on an opening inning base runner.
And Schill looks at strike 2 on the outside corner. Mansell trying to get out of it here. No balls, 2 strikes.
And to Mansell's credit, quickly attacking Schill to get the early lead.
The 0-2 coming back. Going to be looped to left. That's trouble. That's going to get down for a base hit. Malia Colo rounds third. She's going to come in to score. An RBI double for Ava Schill.
And as a nice courtesy on a ball that I'm not sure that realistically she had a chance at any play, she chose to throw home versus the second base. So Schill goes ahead and advances on the double. And now Anna Schooley comes to the plate with the opportunity to go ahead and tie this ball game up, perhaps even give a lead. And that'll retire Mansell, as we're going to get a pitching change here, Steve.
High five from Ann Molsky to Peyton Mansell. Hannah Trzynski will come in to throw. Caden Nelson will take over at first base for the Pacelli Cardinals. Bottom of the 6th, 4-3 Pacelli on top. Ava Schill stands at second base. Anna Schooley will face our new pitcher, Hannah Trzynski, when we get back here to Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids.
Don't let pain or mobility issues keep you from enjoying life. Let our physical therapy doctors and our staff at Roberts Physical Therapy help you recover your ability to move easily and live free of aches and pains, providing effective individual treatment plans. Whether you're experiencing problems with balance and mobility, you're experiencing pain in your low back, or you're dealing with any other physical challenges, we'll take care of you. For more information on how we can service your needs, contact us today.
Assumption trailing by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hannah Trzynski in the circle now. Again, we mentioned it earlier, Peyton Mansell and Hannah Trzynski 1A and 1B for Pacelli pitching-wise this year. And Trzynski will face off with Anna Schooley here in the bottom of the 6th. We mentioned it earlier, Hannah Trzynski leading this Pacelli softball team to a state tournament berth her freshman year. And looking to get the Pacelli Cardinals into the dugout with deficit or their lead at 1. And Coach Schill coming out to talk to Anna Schooley. A couple of bad swings by Anna in her last at bat. She singled back in the 3rd inning, but Peyton Mansell had her guessing, and she guessed wrong pretty badly.
You know, Steve, again, I can't help but notice in the 1st inning there was a ball hit to, I would say, medium left field that turned out to be a double. And once again, our left fielder is really playing Anna shallow. I can't say I've seen a single team in the time that you and I have broadcasted together play Assumption as shallow as what Pacelli continues to play her in left field. We'll see if Anna can burn her. And honestly, you know, with that runner on second base, it's just an interesting position of the outfielder.
The 0-1. Outside hits that, and it's 0-2.
In your defense, Steve, I'm not sure that the umpire was completely sure. He looked like it was a late called strike. Probably definitely a strike, but it was a late called strike. So no ball, 2 strikes. Again, Trzynski immediately going into the ballgame and aggressively going after Schooley.
The 0-2 off the end of the bat. Over to first, bobbled. Everybody's going to be safe. Schill's going to round third. She's going to come home. She's safe at home, and we're tied.
Aggressive base running by Ava Schill. Coach Nelson going ahead and gambling, and the gamble pays off. So again, a ball hit to second base probably should have been fielded. I'm not sure if that's error or not, but it's going to be close. In the meantime, Schill with an aggressive piece. In the second they went ahead and threw it, there came Nelson going ahead and sending Schill to tie this game at 4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Anna Schooley getting the bat on the ball, and you never know what's going to happen. And the Royals take advantage of it here in the bottom of the 6th, tied at 4 now. And making sure right now that Eleva in order is all right. She took a couple of extra seconds after the slide from Ava Schill.
So tough luck there for Mansell, who threw a heck of a ball game.
Now a no decision as Anna Schooley with the speed down to second base. A stolen base, extra bases now for the Royals.
And once again, the Royals put a runner in scoring position with the very hot-hitting Claire Nelson up at the plate. So any form of ball that finds the grass, you got to figure with Schooley's speed, and the Royals are going to end up having a lead on really not a tremendous amount of hard hit balls. Just, well, that's not true. Schill's ball on the line was very well hit, but timely hitting.
Popped up to second, and that'll end our 6th inning. Royals tie it, though. We head to the 7th. Went to ask for much more here in Wisconsin Rapids. Tied at 4. Pacelli Assumption High School Softball, Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Katie Ilka to lead things off. We're on the top of the 7th, all tied up here in a top-tier softball matchup. Pacelli and Assumption, and again, Royals led 1-0. Paul has talked us through it this afternoon. Assumption led 1-0. Pacelli scored 4 runs with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. And Assumption has just slowly but surely chipped away at it. And now it's tied up here. Pacelli, though, will have 2, 3, and 4 against Ari Kavanaugh here in the 7th inning.
Kavanaugh's really done a nice job of keeping Pacelli off balance since coming in the ball game, but second time through the order now facing Ari. We'll see if Pacelli can get a few more good swings or a few more bats on the ball. Again, as we were just talking, congratulations to Will Levis. The Tennessee Titans in the NFL draft moved up to go ahead and take that young man. So happy that he had his moment after sitting last night in the green room.
The 1-0 to Ilka is a swing and a miss. Made Custom Apparel in Stevens Point provides quality decorated apparel from your hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. That's Made Custom Apparel in Stevens Point.
Visit them and your custom of apparel will be made up.
That one's rocketed to right center. Galbraith can't get it. And that's going to be at least a double, if not more. Ilka's going to round. Nope, she's going to stay at second base. A leadoff double for Katie Ilka.
Really nice hustle by Lydia Smith going ahead and keeping that to a double. Galbraith went ahead and gave a good effort at it, but the angle that she took had that ball get past her versus keeping it in front. Lydia's hustle keeps it there, but again, a leadoff double for the Pacelli Cardinals here in the top of the 7th inning, and now with Trzynski, Yenter, and Nelson coming, this young Kavanaugh pitcher will have her work cut out for her.
First offering to Trzynski bounces in there, and Kristen Casey able to keep it in front of her. 1 ball, no strikes to Hannah Trzynski, the new pitcher for Pacelli, trying to help her help her cause here, and see if she can pick up a win here in the circle. If she can drive in a run.
Trzynski ripped a double back in the, I believe it was 3rd inning.
Just missed outside. Yeah, in the running for, if Pacelli can win this one, in the running for a player of the game honors. The 2-0. Pitching not around her, but carefully to Hannah Trzynski. Kaylin Yenter on deck. She's been on base 3 times for Pacelli.
Be interesting to see how much Kavanaugh chooses to go ahead and challenge Trzynski.
And 4 pitches, she walks.
And I think that answers the question, which is might as well set up the force and stay away from Trzynski. Not that facing Yenter is any better opportunity, but at least you have a force now in place.
Kaylin Yenter on base 3 times today. Last time she rocketed it underneath the legs of Malia Colo. Bases or runners at first and second. Charlie Nelson coming out to have a conversation with the Assumption infield. Wisconsin River Orthopedics encourages you to stop living with the pain. Come see them and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, and more, come to Wisconsin River Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids. Coach Nelson talked about it last night in the post-game show. They have not had an easy game this year. They started off a couple of shutouts against Stratford, but Stratford gave them a run for their money to start the year. They 10-run ruled Tomahawk, but then they have Auburndale, Edgar, and now Pacelli in the first 3 weeks of the year. And again, doesn't get any easier next week. Have Marathon twice, and then they go down to Poinet for the Poinet Jamboree. So it's what you would expect from a team that wants to make a deep run.
Well, in the following week, when you think about it, you've got the Newman Cardinals in the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
And then, as we talked last night, you've got Aquinas coming in underneath the lights. So, again, this team will definitely be tested by the time they get to the postseason.
First offering to Kaylin Yenter, good for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Kavanaugh started her off with the changeup, took a little something off there, just trying to give her something different to think about. I think it's a nice pitch selection there. So, 1 ball, no ball, 1 strike, no outs. Runners on first and second in a tie ball game here between 2 of the highest ranked teams and perhaps best softball teams in central Wisconsin. Really a great ball game we have here for you on Zaleski Sports.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Yenter looking to break this tie. That was going to be lined and fair down the left field line. Vollard was playing so far to center field. 1 will score and another 1 will score and a 2-out triple for Kaylin Yenter, and Pacelli takes a 2-run lead.
Really a great job by Yenter. She kept her hands back, went ahead and hit a hard hit line drive that really painted the line. And to your point, that ball was hit so hard it got past Bullard, and with Yunter's speed, she was able to get a bases clearing triple. And now, not only with the 2-run lead, but with no outs and Nelson coming to the plate, a really important Carrie Vanner insurance run sitting out at third base for the Pacelli Cardinals.
6-4 Pacelli. Caden Nelson offering from Kavanaugh, bounces in there. Good stop by Kristen Casey. Kavanaugh giving up a couple of runs here in the 7th inning.
I thought good patience as well, Steve, by Coach Nelson and Coach Sill.
A strike there to Nelson, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
During the Mountain Conference. In a ball game like this, I'm sure the temptation is you have such a weapon in number 22, Ava Schill, sitting at second base. I'm sure the thought is, do you bring her in, do you throw her? But again, allowing the young pitchers
squares the bunt, fouls it back, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
To be able to learn and finish and work through these games. It's one of those deals where short-term pain for long-term growth. I really give Coach Nelson and Coach Schill credit for going ahead and leaving Ava on the side versus being tempted to, is this the time I bring in that weapon?
Absolutely right. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Caden Nelson. Ari Kavanaugh kicks and fires. Just misses, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at third is Kaylin Yenter. Still nobody out here in the top of the 7th for the Pacelli Cardinals. The 2-2 hit back up the middle and off of Nelson's foot, and another run will score. Nelson will round first, go to second. She's going to be safe. Another run scores for Pacelli, and Nelson a hustle into second base.
In the bottom of the 6th inning, you saw Coach Nelson go ahead and send Ava Schill on the ball that Schooley hit on the air to go ahead and score the run. You've seen Pacelli going ahead with Nelson there once again being uber aggressive on a ball that kicks off of Nelson's foot, taking second base. And once again, no outs, up by 3, and now another runner in scoring position for the Cardinals.
Offering from Kavanaugh is good for a strike. Into Kelsey Geezy for Pacelli. 7-4 Cards. 3 across here in the top of the 7th. Still nobody out. Kavanaugh looks in and fires home. Spinner good for a strike, and it's 0-2. Nelson stands at second. Pacelli with a 3-run lead. Harlan Farms postgame show will wrap up our broadcast this afternoon as we just passed 6:30 here in Wisconsin Rapids. Off the end of the bat, Schooley with the out, and there's 1 away. Nelson trots over to third base for Ava Tess.
Now batting number 20,
so 1 down, Pacelli up 7-4 here in the top of the 7th inning. Nelson sitting on third base. You have to figure, as aggressive as they've looked, any ball in the outfield or any slow roller, you're going to be sending Nelson, seeing if you can get it through.
First offering good for a strike from Kavanaugh. No balls and 1 strike. Royals probably going to be praying that they don't play on Fridays anymore. Last week lost to Auburndale on a Friday, down 7-4 here. Again, they still have the bottom of the 7th inning. Never count anybody out here in softball, but Kavanaugh trying to extinguish this Pacelli offense, still with only 1 out. Runner at third. Kavanaugh wheels and deals. Good for a strike. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gets the inside call, and it's 1-2. Then Royals back in action on Monday. Weather permitting, home here against Marathon. The 1-2. Just missed outside. Count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Kristen did a nice job trying to frame that pitch, trying to go ahead and sell it, seeing if you can expand the zone. Sometimes as an umpire, you'll take a look at it and you're like, okay, maybe the next time in terms of where it goes. So after trying to pull a few pitches back, left that one sit.
2-2. Off the end of the bat, Schooley to first for 1, and Nelson will score on the RBI groundout from Ava Tess.
Just exactly as we talked about, Steve. That was aggressive by Nelson from the word go. So she reached base on the air by Nelson and then took second as it caromed in. Went ahead and aggressive base running to third, and again, anything that was put in play, she was going to go ahead and come home with it from that regards. I really like the aggressive approach that Pacelli had, and now their second 4-spot inning in the ballgame. Peyton
Mansell hitting. First offering just missed. 1-0.
So it'd be interesting to see, is she a re-entry?
Yeah, I'm not sure how she's hitting. Yeah, I'm not sure how she's hitting here. Grounded back to Kavanaugh.
But in the top of the inning, we did see Coach Down talking with her.
Yeah,
Steve.
that's true.
So I'm sure they reported it, and we just didn't get the information in terms of where that goes.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Here we go. Pacelli leading by 4. You're watching high school softball. It's Zaleski Sports.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Royals trail by 4. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Hannah Trzynski in the circle. Macy Vollard at the plate for the Royals.
So if the Royals are going to get back in this, it's going to have to be the lower portion of the order that's going to go ahead and start it off here. As you've got Vollard, Gilbreth, Smits, and then if anybody reaches Colo.
Yeah, this is going to be a important bottom half of the inning here for Assumption. See if this, as Paul just mentioned, bottom half of this order can get some good at-bats here against Hannah Trzynski. The 0-1 from Vollert. Inside, and Macy spins out of the way. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Royals need base runners. Obviously, you don't want to get hit by a fastball, but Macy spun out of the way, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, weather permitting, we'll have a Pacelli doubleheader for you tomorrow at Amherst. Vollert fouls this one past third, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Steve, you and I talked about our high school playing days. It's interesting. Coach always told us to step into it. So,
yeah.
The comment of "we got ice" was always something that they went ahead and told towards us. So,
1 ball and 2 strikes to Macy Vollert. Hannah Trzynski wheels and deals. Fouled at the plate, and it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I've been recently thinking about buying a new Penguin.
A new Penguin?
Yep, I figured it'd be a great icebreaker. So.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Unplug his headset, yeah. 1 and 2. Macy Vollert at the plate. Going to be popped up behind first. Long run. It's going to be caught. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
That was a fantastic play by our second baseman. I'm going to go ahead and get you a number. That's number 20. And that is Ava Tess. That was a fantastic play. Over her shoulder going away on a ball that was drifting on the line. That could have very easily been a hit. Tess made that play look very routine.
Sadie Galbraith now with 1 away. Looks at a strike from Trzynski, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun group of clips to go ahead and highlight and cut up for you from that regard. A lot of hard hit balls, a lot of really nice defensive plays. 2 really good teams battling tonight here at Robinson Park.
The 0-1 to Galbraith is fouled at the plate, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
I do have a feeling, though, that Coach Nelson is going to insist that Sadie goes back to number 26.
Yeah, yeah. Very likely. Lydia Smits awaits on deck for the Royals. Down 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. No balls and 2 strikes. Missed high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, the Pacelli Cardinals in the Fox Valley northeast section this year. Their sectional final being played at Sevastopol. If they're lucky enough to get there, missed outside, and runs 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Game not on the network, but a little shout-out to Ava Bussey tonight as Mosinee went ahead and beat Tomahawk. Ava threw a perfect game in that contest for the Mosinee Indians. So congratulations to Ava and Mosinee on earning that victory.
2-2. Hit foul to third, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, that Great Northern Conference full of good softball teams. Obviously, Medford won in the state this year. Mosinee always solid. Anago beat Mosinee the other night. Anago's got a nice program, doing a nice job up there as well. Certainly
2-2 to Galbraith. Hit over to third across the diamond, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the seventh for Lydia Smits.
Sailor Timberman, one of the hardest throwing pitchers in the entire state, with schools as big as Oklahoma taking a look at her in terms of cross board. So just lots of talent in that Great Northern Conference this year. Fun softball, and you can catch some of those games on Zaleski Sports as well.
Lydia Smits now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nobody on, 2 away for Lydia. First offering going to be bounced at home and going to roll foul up along third.
Lydia's had a tough day at the plate today after having a really nice start to the season. A couple strikeouts, and then last time with the bases full, had I would say, a relatively hard-hit ground ball to the third baseman that unfortunately did not snake through. So 0 for 3 for Lydia. We'll see if she can get the rally started with 2 outs. Again, we've seen Pacelli score 4 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
That was going to be hit foul, and Assumption down to their final strike.
Top of the 3rd inning, excuse me on that, by the way, with Pacelli being, of course, the guest on the board. But 8-4, they've got the lead here. 0-2 count, so as mentioned, Assumption down to their final strike. And for Pacelli, I'm sure they would love to go ahead and earn this victory. A great confidence boost and a big resume builder, I'm sure, come tournament time or come sectional time.
The 0-2 coming back. Going to be grounded at home. It's got a good spin on it, and Lydia's going to be safe at first. An infield single for Lydia Smits.
The old seeing eye single. The excuse me single maybe would be a better way to go ahead and take a look at it. And good for Lydia for going ahead and reaching the base. So Malia Colo, and then right behind her, the always dangerous Ari Kavanaugh. And if you can take a look at it, then the Royals get to the top of that lineup. So a big 2-out hit that perhaps starts a rally.
Malia Colo at the plate with a runner at first and 2 outs. And that was going to be
Steve, I believe it was Jason Zaleski that once said that in order to come back from down by 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, you need to first be down by 4 runs. Oh, okay. Yeah. So maybe that's what they're talking about, is that did the bat hit the catcher's mitt, to which point you'd have catcher interference. If that's the case, Malia is going to go ahead and get first base.
So it just hit off the top of the glove.
So did the bat hit off the top of the glove, or did the ball hit off the top of the glove?
They're going to say the ball hit.
Okay,
yep.
Gotcha. So, and
it was the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
it was kind of what the question was, is that we had essentially a pass ball.
1-0 popped up and out of play.
Obviously down 4 runs, no reason to take a chance, although a ball to the fence, I'm a little bit surprised to see Lydia not go forward. And again, the umpire did not kill that as a foul ball, so he was consistent with what he had seen. Actually, I think the umpiring crew's done a really nice job tonight in a pretty highly contested game.
1-1. Colo hit back up the middle. Yenter will go across the diamond, low throw, and Nelson will dig it out to end the ball game here this afternoon. It is the Pacelli Cardinals 8, the Assumption Royals 4 here from Robinson Park. We'll have an opportunity to go down to the field, talk to Ann Molsky and Kaylin Yenter as well. We'll be back to Robinson Park after this on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
What's her name? Kaylin Yenter.
Kaylin, got it.
Thank you for doing a great job.
Man,
Thank you for doing a great job.
He wants.
Welcome back to Robinson Park here in Wisconsin Rapids as the Pacelli Cardinals pick up a huge non-conference win here this afternoon over the Assumption Royals 8-4, a four-run seventh inning for the Cards as Jason Zaleski will track down Ann Molsky here for the Pacelli Cardinals, and then we'll talk to Kaylin Yenter here in just a second if I can get our camera set up better. Paul Jaglinski, Heartland Farms postgame show. Watching Zaleski Sports here in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, hoping for a softball triangular tomorrow in Amherst. Pacelli and Amherst and Neilsville will do the duties tomorrow from Amherst High School. Hopefully, again, weather permitting. Not looking too promising weather-wise for some baseball or for some softball for you tomorrow. We'll talk to head coach Ann Molsky and Kaylin Yenter here in just a moment. Kaylin, an outstanding performance at the plate for the Pacelli Cardinals here this afternoon. We'll turn it over to Paul Jaglinski and head coach Ann Molsky.
Okay, well, welcome back to Robinson Park as we are talking with the victorious head coach of the Pacelli Cardinals. So first of all, congratulations on a great win, Coach. So one of the great things about playing a non-conference game like this is it's a great test for your team. So playing the number one team ranked in the state with Assumption, obviously your team's off to a great start. Just talk a little bit about why you schedule a game like this and what you found about your team today.
Well, we schedule these type of games because we need to play competition that we want to be at the level. I've got a young group of girls, and I wanted to see what they would do when tested. We've been battling, and we've been doing very well this season, but I wanted to see what would happen. They scored, we scored, answering back and forth. And, it takes those one or two errors, something that didn't quite go the way we thought it would go, to go, and we were able to take advantage of some things and put some runs together.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a super fun game to watch. So your two pitchers were both extremely impressive. They did a great job of going ahead and locating balls high as low, off-speed pitches, keeping this Pacelli lineup, this Assumption lineup at bay. Talk to me just a little bit about their development, the development of this young team.
Our two pitchers, they are the girls that carried us last year. One was a sophomore, one was a freshman. Now we've got a junior and a sophomore. We've got a couple other girls pitching behind them. They're hungry for it too. When we talk about what we want to do for the pitching, we always talk about getting ahead, staying ahead, but working things, because when you face a good team, you can't just work, I'm going to put a ball down the middle of the pipe. I have to be able to work both sides of the plate, up, down, and different things. And, the girls believe in each other. They've got each other's back, and they're truly excited for each other. When someone gets a hit, they're excited for that person, and they're there to help pick each other up when it doesn't happen also.
So, Coach, obviously you and your program have had a lot of success, obviously high aspirations this postseason. Being a fellow coach, I won't use the S word, but again, thinking state in terms of where that goes. But obviously great aspirations looking at down the road. So talk to me a little bit about the importance of how this game will play out in sectionals and how you'll be able to look back on this experience as you start to make that deep playoff run.
Well, this game was important for seeding. This game was important for the seeding meeting, but we take our season week to week. So last week we had a record. This week we've got 2 more games tomorrow yet, and then we can talk about our record for this week. We really try to focus on staying in the moment, doing what we need to do. If we think too much far range, what are we going to do back then? Our heads aren't connected to what we need to do here. So right now we're going to finish this week. We'll talk about it after the games tomorrow and say, how did we do? What did you want? What grade do they want to give themselves? And then we look forward, all right, what games we have next week. So looking down the road, yeah, that's always an aspiration. I mean, that's just, I don't even want to say an aspiration. It's kind of an expectation with our fans and everything. But we're just going to take our week at a time and take care of business that way.
Yeah, that's absolutely outstanding. Again, Coach, congratulations. Let's see if we can get Kaylin Yenter in to go ahead and get in the highlight house. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Hey, Caitlin, congratulations on a great ball game tonight. So, ripped a big, important triple kind of late in the ball game. So let's go ahead and just start off there. Talk to us a little bit about what you saw and a little bit of what you were thinking as you were clearing the bases.
Well, I thought I was going to get out at third. I didn't know where the ball was, so kind of surprised I made it to third. But, I mean, it was a very important hit, so, yeah.
Very fun, very fun. How about from your team's perspective, how important of a victory is this for you, and how good does it feel to get a win here at Robinson Park with your teammates?
Very important. This was a big game for us. It showed that we can go far this year, and I just think that we really played as a team today.
That's outstanding. Well, you were our Zaleski Sports Highlight House Player of the Game. You know what that means, right? Yep. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and give you the mic. I'm going to step away, and then we're going to go ahead and put you in the Highlight House. So here we go.
I'm Kaylin Yenter, and I'm in the house.
Congratulations, ladies.
With that, we're going to sign things off here from Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. It is the Pacelli Cardinals 8 and the Assumption Royals 4. Again, hoping for a triangular tomorrow in Amherst for Pacelli and Neillsville and Amherst. Not looking likely, but we'll keep you up to date at Zaleski Sports on Facebook, ZaleskiSports.com. For Paul Jaglinski, this is Steve Mave signing off from beautiful Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll hopefully talk to you again tomorrow morning right here on Zaleski Sports. Good night, everyone.